All right, guys. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the difference between investing and flipping. And there's pros and cons to it. Flipping is you are buying a box. Let's say you buy a box for 60 bucks and then the next week you're able to sell it for 80 bucks. You made a $20 profit. That's pretty good margins. Um, you don't tie up your money because you throw the money in, you get the money out, you make profit. That's a win. Um, some other ETBs, you might want to wait and hold on for a little bit for the value for it to go up. Let's say, Hidden Fates is one of those sets that's just really in demand. Such a great set. All around, I think it's one of the best sets we've had in the last decade or two. And so I could resell it for, if I buy it at $140 each and I sell it for 150, yeah, you can make 10, 15 bucks off of it. Um, or as an investor, what I would probably do is wait a good year, maybe even 2 years, because once it's out of print, the demand will still be there, but the supply will be very low. People are ripping more and more of these boxes open. Imagine if you waited 5 years. Um, what cost 140 to 150 bucks could be 200, 300, and upwards. So, but that again, there's risk because you're holding on to the product. What if your house burns down? What if someone steals it? What if a child opens it? And what if you open it and you don't pull anything good? You're tying up the money, so you don't have the finances to invest in other things or to use that for other needs. So that's, if you do that 10 times, like I bought more than 10 Hidden Fates ETBs, that's $1,000 that I don't have right now. But in the future, let's say I can sell it for 300 bucks, then I'm making um, a certain return. I can't do my math right now. 150 times 10, 1,500. Is it worth it to make that much return to put that money in, let it sit and wait, kind of like stocks, wait for the value for it to go up, and then try to get some profit out of that after a few years later? That's kind of the gamble. What if they keep printing this? What if the market of it goes down or sinks? Or what if, you know, there's a lot of different variables, and this applies to things like shoes, clothing, you know, all sorts of different things that you can invest in. So this McDonald's packs, for instance, might not be one of the best um, investments just because there's so many of them. Everyone had access to them. There's other people who hold a lot, and now I have a hard time selling them off for like $5 each. So now that was might be even be taking a loss on that. I was able to buy them at a good price, so I thought it was a good deal. But maybe you have to wait a long time for it to actually be desired, or to, where people can't get it so easily to actually make a return off of it. So some things you're going to take a loss on. There's like this collection box thing that I'll use this as an example. Like, what if I bought this for $20 and then it turns out that these keep getting printed and they're not really wanted, and it goes down to 15 bucks or 10 bucks, and you're trying to sell it for 25 or 30. No one's going to buy it for more money than it's worth. So you're going to be taking a loss, you're going to be losing money, and you just want to be able to resell it to make some profit back. So there's that kind of gamble. Um, there's Japanese products as well that I invested in that I thought, this is a really good set. This is already going up. So if you could buy this for like 120 and then sell it for maybe in a month $200, that's a really good, profit. But again, how long do you have to wait? That's kind of where investing might be the harder part of investing. Flipping is, you're gonna make some margins, but is it really worth it? Like if you buy a pack for 10 bucks and you sell it for 11 bucks and you make a dollar, I guess. But what about all the product that you're not able to sell off? Um, And what if it gets lost in shipping? What if they reprint Cosmic Eclipse? Then I'm screwed because I bought a lot of Cosmic Eclipse. They were gonna reprint it and then they canceled it, and it's such a good set that I'm like, I'm gonna take a risk here and say that they're not gonna reprint it, and then these will go up a lot in value. Again, time is on your side as an investor. Um, I made some bad purchases where I was buying these for $12 plus shipping, and I thought that was a good deal. $12 plus shipping, and I bought like 80 of them, and yeah, and then I saw on eBay that someone was selling them for $10 with free shipping. So that's like at least three, maybe even $4 on each pack that I was overspending. So I was making a bad purchase in that sense. But you never know. Things like evolutions that you know that they're not gonna reprint. That's kind of more of a solid investment. The modern stuff is a little more risky. You don't know when they're gonna, how long they're gonna keep reprinting things. If you want to dabble into like things like figures or Funkos or plushies, I mean that's a different story because I think right now the TCG is um, what's most sought after right now. And so I was making a lot of mystery boxes, just trying to let go of some of the inventory. But things like these Hidden Fates tins, like I think that's a good investment. If you could buy it for like under $40 and then sell it for $60, um, who knows, you know? But if they keep reprinting it, maybe it'll become too common. So it's kind of a gamble in that sense. I think one of the better things to invest in is PSA graded cards or any sort of CGC, BGS. To me, I think it retains a lot of value to get your cards graded, but then that requires you ripping open packs, which is always a gamble as well. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately is trying to figure out how to turn Pokemon into some sort of profits, and it's not easy. It takes a lot of work, and I do like hundreds of orders, and you can get mixed up. You get customers who are upset about something or miscommunicated something, or they read the listing wrong, all sorts of different things. Like I bought these Pokemon albums, and look, they didn't come with the Pikachu card that it's supposed to. So it's like, ugh, do you really want to go and try to figure out how to fix some of those issues? But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. Figuring out how can I buy products at a good price and be able to sell them, not over like crazy overpriced, but to ask a fair amount of return. Um, if you're only making like $3 more on a pack, that's actually pretty good because if you're selling five, six, 7 packs, you can make some good money. But you're holding on to a lot of bulk as well. You're holding a lot of inventory, which can be dangerous if you're not able to sell it off effectively. So yeah, that's kind of the positive of flipping is you get it, you sell it, you get it, you sell it, constantly selling, making some return. That's the positive of it. But like again, the positive of a good investment, um, you can make that's where a lot of the money really is. Where you can make a lot of money. Um, let's say you had a vintage booster box. Um, you could sell packs for hundreds of dollars. That's a huge return. But again, that's who's saving booster boxes from 10 years ago. Anyways, if you're interested in buying any of my stuff, let me know. Um, I got a lot of it, but this is just some of the inventory I have. There's some in the other room too, but that's kind of my thoughts on Pokemon products. You might want to diversify. You might want to put money into stocks or other mutual funds or retirement funds or real estate or whatever it is. And I kind of just went all in. I was like, I see this as something where the demand's gonna be there for a while. There may be times where it dips, people lose interest, but there's also going to be times where people come back into the game. There's going to be other, Logan Paul events, and that was rare where everyone was really hyped, but it's going to come back down a little bit and stabilize to reasonable prices. So, anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Is this something you think that's worth doing? Um, I put a lot of my money more into grading cards, more than the products. I think the grading cards business is kind of the direction I'm going to go, because if you can have a card and and get it graded and it comes back in mint condition, nines and tens, um, the amount of value you gain from that is 4 or 5 times the value. And it's people, when they're buying cards through eBay or something, they want to know exactly what they're getting. They don't want to necessarily risk a card being damaged or scratched that they can't tell. So the fact that it's graded, hey, this is a PSA 8, you kind of know what you're buying. And so that's kind of the reason why I think it's smart to get cards graded. Also, just because it's not gonna get in worse condition and it looks nice. I'm hoping CGC starts to do well. I have a lot of cards at CGC, but that's gonna be where my business is gonna be moving. It was PSA, but now it's gonna be more CGC, and hopefully, you spend $12 to get one card graded. Hopefully, there's a return on that. And there's some cards you're gonna lose. You're gonna break even. That's just part of the game. But other cards you might sell for 4 or 5 times the value. It might be worth it. So, okay, I'm talking too much. Thanks for watching this video. All right, bye.